Do you remember, if I've got a 13-year-old in the car saying, whose responsibility is it that they've got their seatbelt
Well,
on?
hopefully it's yours, because I don't want a 13-year-old. They cost too much money. I'll be more responsibility on it.
And what about 15-year-old?
Yeah, they're just teenagers are even worse, aren't they? They'd be responsible, but I wouldn't let my 15-year-old travel in the car without a seatbelt.
No, so morally you would make it your responsibility. Yeah, good. Right, and the mirrors. So what sort of glass have we got in this one?
Oh, that's the flat one.
Yeah, and what does that do to the picture?
It's like my flat screen television. You get a better picture.
You get a what?
You get a better picture.
It gives you the true picture.
Oh, true picture.
Not a better picture.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what about the side mirrors? What sort of glass we got in that one?
Oh, it's convex or
convex.
Convex.
Yeah, and what does it do to the picture?
Well, it makes everything look like it's a little bit miles away, doesn't it?
That's it. Yeah, good. Right. Okay. So that's the cockpit drill.
Right, I'm going to stop you there. Thank you very much. Well done. How'd I feel?
Yeah, right. I've got to mention that.
Yeah. I would have got you right at the beginning, which I normally do.
But he was in the high road, yeah.
Sorry?
Because he was in the high road, yeah.
Yeah, the reason I didn't get you in the beginning, because there was somebody in the car behind us.
Yeah.
And,
well, funnily enough, just as you put your feet, just before you put your feet on there, I thought, shit, I forgot to mention. I was just going to say it, and then you put your feet on there.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've got to choose my time when I do it, yeah? But normally I do it right at the beginning.
Yeah.
But where we started, it was quite busy. So I'm not going to do it there, because there was somebody in the car behind us, and they were getting ready to move away. And then once you started to move away, we were moving into heavy traffic, so I couldn't do it then. But I hadn't forgotten about it. And there was still time for you to recover, and you had about 5 minutes at the drive here, so it never actually happened. So as soon as we got down here, I knew I was going to. And it's not me being funny; it's me just giving you a reminder that you must mention it. Yeah. In the same way, when we come to do moving, not and stopping, it'll be a prompt. Yeah. You know, Tony, I know you had a lesson last week, but you know, can you remember what you must not touch on the floor here? Oh yeah, I mustn't touch them pedals. Yeah. Yeah. Because your pupils, real pupils, wouldn't know about the dual controls. Yeah. I mean, you get a tall lad in there, and he's going to stretch his legs out, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes on some cars, the dual controls actually go down with the pedals of the car. Yeah. So if you don't tell them, they're going to get the poor old feet chopped off, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah. Now seriously, they do. When you put that clutch down, that clutch goes down with a right bang. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. But on these, they don't follow the pedals down. Yeah. There was talk about the steering was very good. Gave you a couple of questions, but they were only just kind of me generally being nosy. It was nice the way you came in about the power steering without having me to mention it. And it was nice the way you came in about the amount of steering. Where I always have to seem to give a lifeline on that. And this is one lesson I don't like giving lifelines on, because this is the easiest lesson in the book, isn't it? Because the car doesn't move. I didn't have to do that yet. You came in with the 5 minute, you know, I'm only steering this much and that much. I thought you were trying to give too much of a brief while we were sitting, which you could have covered on the move. Yeah? Yeah, obviously, you know, you've got to make sure that I'll get my seatbelt on safely. But a lot of the stuff you were talking about, the dry steering and all that, I just gave you a push near the end, because it was getting into 3 minutes, wasn't it? And I just gave you a push. You know, I want to get driving, I'm paying £40 an hour for this, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, so I just gave you a little push there. And if the examiner gives you that kind of push, get on with it, yeah? That's the time to stop talking. It is exactly the same if you're doing a brief and he goes, yeah, should we go and practice then? Chuck your book in the back and take heed of it, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of that stuff we could have covered on the move. Yeah. Yeah, because you can see the road ahead, you can see you're going to be sitting in traffic up to the lights. All could have been covered on the move, yeah? Okay. But, you know, I'm not going to, yeah, that would definitely be a good pass. I'm not going to overly criticise you for it. And because the detail was very, very good, apart from the one beat you missed. What was the beat you missed? You got a lifeline on it. What happened to me when I took my CBT on my moped?
Oh, with the blind spot?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, don't forget, you must tie the blind spots in with the mirrors, yeah?
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
it's part of the mirror signal routine for moving away from the curve, yeah? Yeah, it's a must. Yeah, because as you said to me quite rightly, look over your shoulder and, you know, can you see that fence over there with the gap in it? I can't see it there, yeah?
Yeah.
What I would have just added there was a little bit more detail. That could be young Johnny on his moped, yeah? And if he's had the same instructor that I had on my CBT, he's not going to be very observant, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you just add that little bit of detail, because obviously you are making him go to the trouble of looking there, you know, can you see that gap in the fence? No. Well, Johnny on his moped couldn't put flying out there, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a nice bit of detail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that hammers home the reason for looking. But the rest was very good. We had a bit of banter there. And they do have a bit of banter with you, yeah? And it's, you know, you're looking at a 45, 46. Probably not watching this market. I hope he's not 32 or something. Yeah, you're looking at a 44. We're going to say so. You're looking at a 42-year-old man, yeah? And on this lesson, he's going to, without control, he's going to be like a 17-year-old pimply little teenager, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? He's going to be very excitable in the same way a teenager would be, yeah? Let him go anywhere near that handbrake. If you ask Debs about this, even though Debs had him under very tight control, he got that bloody button in 3 times, yeah?
Yeah, like you did.
Yeah, just tell him out straight before he goes anywhere near it, because you did really control me with so much on the rest of it. I was a little bit shocked that you let me get anywhere near that button, yeah? Yeah, I thought you would have said, before you go near that handbrake, you touch that button, and your left arm won't be working for a week, yeah? Yeah, because he is going to have that button down, and he is going to play around with it. In the same way, if he gets his hand in there, he is going to have a go at open the door. Just be firm. Don't you dare open that door till I tell you, yeah? Yeah? Yeah, be firm, because that's what he needs. It's not calling control system for nothing. It's on about control. Because if you lose control, the education goes out the window, yeah? But you kept very good control. And it was very good education. And you wouldn't have got any further than that, to be honest with you. That's as far as you would have got. Because you would have run out of time. And that's not a problem. I've seen people get all the way through the controls and not pass it. Because the detail's not there, yeah? You don't have to get on this lesson. I have even read about people who've actually got to do moving up and stopping because it's on the sheet. Controls, moving up and stopping. They know they're in trouble, yeah? Because the fact, if they get to moving up and stopping, then the controls is it's not quantity, it's quality.
Yeah.
And the quality there is really excellent. Yeah, well done. Proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah? Yeah, very good. Yeah, I say, yeah, this, just zone in on them 2 blunders you made. Yeah, I'm not going to say the fact that I got a chance to stretch my legs and press the brake is a big blunder. But the blind spot is a big blunder.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tie that in with the mirrors, yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
It's really important. If you think about what you're going to be teaching me later on today in the moving up and stopping,
Yeah.
it's certainly going to be part of the routine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
Well done.
Yeah,
that was really good. It was definitely a pass. I'm not sure how much you would have docked you for the lifeline, but it was definitely a pass. But I'm just not too sure whether he would he take you from a 5 to a 4 for that. I don't know.
What, the blind spot one?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he could have just stopped you before you actually got to talk about the blind spot, and then it wouldn't have been a problem, yeah? But I let it run just a little bit longer just to make sure you did, yeah?
Yeah.
And I think when I gave you the lifeline, you still had a bit of a think about what's the bloody lifeline he's giving me, yeah? Yeah, I thought that would have. Oh yeah, I know what he's on about now, yeah.
To be honest, I wasn't sure you actually covered the blind spot on the moving on the controls.
Yeah, yeah. It's think about where I'm going with the next lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the best way of explaining the blind spot, don't beat around the bush. Yeah. Once you've explained to me this is called a head restraint, it's time for me to look between the door pillar and the head restraint. Yeah. And you can tell I'm looking because you should be able to see my right ear, yeah?
Yeah.
And if you make any comment about my ears, you're walking, yeah? Any questions? No questions?
No.
Yeah, and you know, they're not looking at your driving, but it's a really good standard of driving on the way here. Sometimes it's deplorable. It's absolutely terrible, some of it. But, you know, they can't make any comment, they won't make any comment on your driving unless you make a blunder. And they will stay and roll unless you're just about to die. And it could be something like you're turning right a set of traffic lights, and because you're a bit nervous, and you know the way you see the lights for the other road just around the corner, and your pupils have a tendency to stop, and you say, no, you don't stop here, that's for the other side of the road, yeah? And I have seen somebody actually stop there. But the examiner will stay and roll, and he will say, I was reading my highway code last night, and it says, you don't have to stop at a red light unless it's got a stop line. But it was only nerves.
Yeah.
You know, so they, you know, unless you totally write the car off or injure them in any way, you've already passed your part 2, so that's not what you've been tested on. But it's not a good start to a control system if your driving is rubbish, because they're going to be on the wrong side of you straight away. But they do know you are going to be nervous. So
well, you're trying to concentrate on what you're trying to say.
And they fully understand that. They fully understand that, and that drive here was absolutely, you know, impeccable. The little misfire that you're having has nothing to do with you not being used to the car. It's been a problem with the car since day one.
What, the clutch?
No, it's not the clutch. It's on the gas. It's when you go on the gas.
Oh, right.
And they haven't been able to cure it. It goes in for his last service before it goes back next week. And hopefully they'll cure it then. But they've had 3 attempts at it already. It looks like it's fuel starvation of some kind. So that wasn't your driving. That was the car. Right, well done. I'll give that a pause.